In this video, I'll share some tips for working with Scratch. Remember that everything you do should be saved in the Scratch projects folder that you made in the last video. To get to Scratch Desktop, double-click on the desktop icon. As soon as it loads, go up to the top, and if you've got a new project, give your project a sensible name. Then go File, Save to your computer, navigate into your project folder, and save the file. There's a few areas of Scratch that we will be working with. On the right-hand side, we've got the stage, and we can put in some backdrops. We've got options for this that include choosing a backdrop from Scratch's library, or you can click on the star to get a random backdrop. On the left-hand side, we've got three tabs: Code, Costumes, and Sounds. If I click on the stage, the second tab changes to Backdrops rather than Costumes. What I can do in this area is I can choose a backdrop, and I can also remove backdrops that I don't need, and even add in additional backdrops that I do need. Next to the stage, we've got our sprites area. Here it's easy to delete sprites and to also insert new ones. Remember, we can use the star to get a surprise sprite. In this area, I can hide a sprite if I don't want to see it. I can show it, and I can adjust the size, making it either smaller or bigger. I can also move the sprite around, and you'll notice that the X and Y coordinates change. The center of your screen is 0, 0. Note that if I move the sprite around, the coordinates are going to change both in the preview area and also on my motion blocks. This means that if I want, I can choose a specific area, and if I then move the sprite somewhere else and run that block, it will go back to the area that I chose. A reminder that if you're working with sprites, your second tab is called Costumes, and you can choose different costumes. The costume that you click will be the costume that is displayed in the preview area. If you want, you can also state which costume you want in the Looks area, where I can say, switch costume to Horse B, and then if I switch back manually to A, and then run my code, it will give me the costume that I want. A reminder that as you work, when you do something significant, you will want to save your work and allow it to overwrite. Let's pretend it's the end of the lesson and I want to leave. I've just saved my work, so I can say, yes, I want to leave. At the start of the next lesson, you might think that clicking on the file is going to open it. It will, but it won't actually open it correctly. To open it correctly, go into Scratch, and you'll notice that it says Scratch Project. What you want to do is load from your computer, choose the project you're working on, and make sure that the name that you see matches what you're working on. If you double-click by mistake and it shows your work but it says a Scratch project, remember you need to go back into File, Load from your computer, and load up your work. In the next video, we're going to get started on our first assignment.